Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Proficient Fans. My name is CB and with me is...
Bedhead Haggard.
Bedhead...
I put a hat on and I was like, feels flat enough. I just showered last night, dude. I was like, I'm not going to shower again this morning.
Oh, shit, my morning was busy.
Was it?
You don't know. But I mean, like, I'm smoking ribs today, so I went out and first time using the smoker since last summer. Because I didn't smoke anything all winter. It was cold this winter, and I didn't want to be outside.
Yeah, typically are.
No, I mean, I felt like this winter was cold, so I did not want to be outside cooking. And C requested ribs, and so
say less
ribs it is.
I got two racks of baby backs in the freezer.
Nice. Yeah, had to spray that fucker down because
I'm a fall off the bone rib guy. I don't like gnawing the meat off the bone. Like I want to be able to grab the bone and then the meat fall off, and you're like, oh, guess I'm just gonna pick it up or eat it with a fork.
Yep. Well,
I like
that's
ribs
what
like that.
I mean, there's different ways to definitely cook. I mean, like when I smoke them, it's
nice socks.
Oh, thank you.
Go green.
Go white. I'm trying to represent my teams today. I plural because I love both.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, you haven't seen my boxers? You want to see them?
Nope.
Go green?
Just take your word. Go white. But yeah, so, just getting that all cleaned up, ready to rock, and enjoying. I had quite a weekend. It was fantastic.
Nice.
I mean, as far as, like, I know you did, well, you had to wait a day later to enjoy your weekend, but...
I did. Well, I spent the whole week up north, though.
Oh, that's what's up. That's true, too.
Yeah, so I worked half the week and then did some disc golfing with my buddy Will. And
hole in one, right?
Almost.
Oh, okay.
I tickled the chain, dude. That would have been my first ace, too. That was a hell of a throw. But, no, we did some golfing. They know, him and a buddy know some golf pros from back working at the golf courses in the day, so we got to walk onto a course. We had to walk 14 holes while carrying our bags. So that kind of sucked. But he has a massage gun at home. So I was like, all right, buddy, hit my back real quick. Because
why was it only 14 holes?
They were because they were technically opening the next day.
Oh, right.
We went on a Thursday, and so grounds crew was out there, making sure everything was good to go. And so, we were like, all right, let's just skip 9, 10. These guys are working, like, they're boring holes. I trusted these guys. I'm like, hey, I heard less walking. Sounds good. Went up to 11, 12, 13, and then we're like, 11 and 12, and then they looked at the forecast, and they're like, there's a big green dot coming our way. We should probably skip 2 more holes. So I think we skipped like 13, 14, and then finished the round, and we actually managed to... the lightest sprinkle ever. I didn't even feel it until I looked at a pond, and I was like, holy shit, look at all the rain. Like, I didn't even feel it because it was that light. So we definitely escaped, which was awesome. But yeah, dude, disc golf, real golf, got to hang out with Will, dude. We watched the draft, played some video games. Like,
watched the Lakers together.
Yeah, we watched the Lakers together.
Will's a smart man.
Yep, he's a big Bron fan. He knows who's the greatest.
I thought you said he was a Laker fan.
No, he's a LeBron fan.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
Well, then he went down. Sorry, man, I was up there for you. I was ready to be like,
I mean, he's rooting for the Lakers. That should be enough.
I mean, it's nice. It is pleasant.
There you go.
I say let's just get into it, man. I mean, we got a lot to cover here. We didn't discuss where we were going to start. You got one thing up on your screen. I was thinking the other, but I mean,
the draft is the bigger news.
There we go. Thank you. All right. So, unless you are in the sports world and you live under a rock, haven't said that one in a while.
CB's go-to.
We did have a draft that started, and it was, to me, it was a lot of fun. I mean, I was very happy with how everything turned out. But for my team now, I did just want to kind of just go through each. You just want to do each team, or you want to do the first couple rounds of how it turned out?
I think we can just talk about things that caught our eye. We can kind of go through, and if something reaches out, I personally don't feel the need to go over every single team.
Yeah,
I really don't.
So
I have some winners and losers we can talk about. Maybe there was a player or two that you saw that went that was
Well,
reminiscent.
I'll start out real quick with just
But if you want to talk your Lions, go into your Lions. No, by all means.
I'll hold back.
I'm just letting you know. So.
I'll hold back a little. Let's see here. It started out just kind of the way you expected.
Yeah, dude.
Bryce Young.
Yeah, we should definitely just start there.
Yeah.
Because I'm more excited to talk about the next team. But
yeah, right.
But yeah, Bryce Young went number 1. You and I had Stroud Young. It was coin flip.
Either or.
But you did start hearing way more Bryce Young rumor the closer you got. Mm-hmm. And I will say it was really cool. Come Wednesday night, Thursday morning, all of a sudden, like all of these like rumors started popping up, like Will Levis too.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, what? Like, where is this coming from? Like the day of the draft. And it's, in my opinion, all smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors, just trying to get people to click on that little link to go to their website to read about their draft news. But yeah, kudos to Bryce Young, goes to the Carolina Panthers. They get their guy. And then number 2, I know you and I had previously discussed that we thought that's where CJ Stroud would fall.
I was hoping.
Yeah.
I was hoping other things would happen where he'd fall down.
And then they ended up taking CJ Stroud at number 2.
Yeah.
Great pick. I mean, like I said, I'm still a CJ Stroud number 1 out of this quarterback class. So I think Houston got a great pick there. And then, of course, I know you, along with many other Lions fans, were watching Will Anderson just drop one more spot.
Yep.
And everyone's like, oh, shit, baby, let's go. And then what I have never seen before, Houston trades back up into the 3rd pick.
Bravo.
Dude, it blew my mind.
Bravo.
Blew my mind. I was like, what a boss-ass move, dude.
From the years of not having any draft picks in the first round, because who was it? Cushman?
Brian Cushing.
Yeah, Cushing, the former GM coach of that team.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Brian Cushing was a linebacker. For some reason, I thought you were talking about...
I'm talking about, like, the previous regime.
Dude, I don't remember. I want to say Cashman, but that's a Yankees name.
I can't.
Right? It doesn't matter. They're the Texans.
Yeah. But, I mean, like, if you remember, he got rid of everything, so they were just destitute to suck for a while.
Yeah.
And to see this move from them coming up to pick up Will Anderson at 3, I was just like, golly, that's gorgeous.
Yeah. I mean, in my rankings, that you just took the number 1 overall player and possibly, another top 5.
Yeah.
So.
It would have been nasty they got him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Follow that up by, the Colts. They have been in dire need for a long time.
Anthony Richardson.
And
it's a great pick, dude.
So here's the thing. He was the guy I was true, because I didn't think CJ or Bryce would follow us, right? And I believe I said last week I would love to take a quarterback. Yeah. And if Anthony Richardson was there, I would want to take him. But the Colts get him, and that's a dangerous team. I mean, hopefully, Jonathan, oh my God, running back.
Taylor.
Thank you. Is healthy next year. That could be a real dangerous team to see, especially if he ends up starting.
Yeah, I think the Colts grabbed a couple O linemen too, if I'm not mistaken.
That sounds familiar. Here, let's see here. Is it command?
Because they had a ton of picks.
They took
Blake Freeland in the 4th. I guess just one until they took Jake Witt from Northern Michigan in the 7th. But
so, great pickup for them. So I mean, but I was disappointed.
Anthony Richardson's ceiling is ridiculously high.
Seahawks, they took, I would say, in a lot of people's opinion, not mine, because my number 2, if I couldn't get Anthony Richardson, was Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
But they end up taking Devin Witherspoon. And
I wasn't ready for them to take a corner there.
Yeah.
But they got a hell of a corner. Best corner in the draft.
Yeah. So, kudos to them for that. My Detroit Lions traded out. Went back to 12, gave the Cardinals that number 6 pick. They took offense tackle Paris Johnson.
Great pick.
It just now that we're got to the fact that my Lions traded out, it was just like, okay.
Mm-hmm. Got to wait 6 more.
Yeah. And, you know, I mean, like, we didn't want to go through all these, but I just want to kind of hit on some of these big names real quick.
I mean, Bijan going 8 to Atlanta.
Yeah.
That one, I wasn't ready to see it at 8.
But also, I get it.
Yeah, no. I do, too. I just didn't have those two paired.
No.
I guess.
I think it was because I personally had him finding his way to the Lions.
It was 8, right?
Yeah.
8 overall?
Yeah, 7, excuse me.
7? Okay.
Oh, no, that's Tyree Wilson was 7. 8 was Bijan, sorry.
But they know exactly what they're getting from him.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta has a bell cow running back.
There you go.
Hopefully they can figure out the rest of their shit.
Well, maybe that makes sense. They're going to run fucking 2 tight end sets.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I just can't believe they're giving up on Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
And they just got the guy from New England. They got a tight end from New England, if I remember correctly.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Veteran.
Yeah. Oh, no, is he? I don't remember how old he is. But anyways, so maybe they're
Hunter Henry?
Yeah, is that
or was it Jonnu Smith? Those were their 2 tight ends.
Jonnu Smith.
Is that who they got?
Yeah.
That must have been a while ago. I don't remember that.
Yeah, like beginning of all the
okay.
hoopla. And then the Eagles. Fucking Eagles. Did nothing but get...
You're talking about the Philadelphia Bulldogs?
Yeah, I know. They are completely made of Georgia
They have
kids.
6 Georgia defensive players that have all been there in the last 2 years. Did you know the whole 2001 Georgia football team has been drafted? Fun fact.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for them.
That's what you get when you're winning national championships,
Yeah, right?
I guess. You get to go to the NFL.
And so the Eagles, they put in a big body in the defensive line. They took Jalen Carter.
Gosh, dude.
Great.
That defensive line, I can't wait to play them this year. We play the NFC East.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough division.
Yeah, well, them big boys can't run fast. That's their problem against our offense.
This is true. Let's see here. Bears, they did what I felt to be the best move for them, and I was glad to see this.
It felt like a reach, in my opinion. But yeah.
I mean, the thing, like...
was it a defensive tackle they took?
It was an offensive tackle.
Offensive tackle? I think it took a defensive tackle in the second.
Yeah. They took Darnell Wright.
Yeah, that's right.
And I was just happy to see that because the fact that...
Got to protect Fields.
They...
Got to protect Fields. He's shown that he can be a great quarterback.
Yeah.
Got to protect him.
You know, I mean, we got... The more the draft goes on and, you know, we talk about reaches and stuff, I got a comment about that. But... let's see here. Titans. They followed up with another with a lineman, Peter Skronsky.
Dude, they got two of the They got 2 great tackles this draft.
They didn't do too bad.
Yeah,
they didn't do.
I got more on the Titans later too. I think.
Finally, the greatest team in all the land gets the draft
with the biggest reach in the entire draft.
You know, I don't see it as a reach.
No Lions do.
No, because like I'll go off our first impressions in group chat right away. They were like, "Oh, you know, here's the reason why." I already said last week that we didn't have to go in this draft looking for anything right away.
Yeah, like best available.
Yeah, I mean, like we just like, hey, what do we need? What do we want? Not need, but you know, like what do we want? What are we trying to move? What are we trying to do? We knew we weren't going to re-sign DeAndre Swift next year.
Yeah,
we need a running back. Was hoping Bijan, and if you would, and last week I kept on saying Bijan number 1 draft pick at 6. I was ready to take him at 6. Well, so that already, in my opinion, was. We need a running back. Let's fill up that void. So, you know, we got Montgomery for 3 years. Let's get a running back. We end up with Jameer.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Thank you. I saw the word right down there as I gazed over it. I was like, no. Jahmyr Gibbs, and I was happy. I was just like, okay, new running back. He's a fucking fasty little fuck. Definitely confidence built very quickly when he was getting compared to the likes of CMC and Alvin Kamara, and I like those types of running backs. They're real special kind of guys, and I was happy with it. I'm curious though, why do you consider it a reach?
Well, it was a reach. When you go off of just draft rankings, player grades, things like that, statistically, analytically, it was 100% a reach. I mean, it's graded as one of the largest reaches that early in the draft this year. Mm-hmm. Now, a reach once again, if I don't know if you looked at Instagram this morning, I even put, if you got your guy available, go get him. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that Detroit made the wrong decision. No, if it were me in that spot, I'm taking Bijan at 6 rather than trading back to take Wish.com version of him fucking 6 picks later.
That's what I didn't quite
4
get.
picks later. That's the only reason. Now, let's say Bijan went 1, hypothetically. Mm-hmm. At that point, whatever. He was never in the cards for you, and you moved up or back, and you may have reached, finger quotes, to ensure you got your guy. Smart move there. So that's just what threw me for a loop. And Jahmyr Gibbs, in many mocks that I made with my Dolphins, granted, I didn't think he was going to fall all the way to 51. I took Jahmyr Gibbs in 80% of my mocks. So I think he's a great athlete. I think he'll do well in Detroit. It just blows my mind that you had Bijan and you knowingly let him go, which means... But Gibbs is their guy.
And I'm just going off conversations I have when I'm sitting there talking about Bijan. A lot of people are like, we just grabbed him at 18. I'm like, I didn't believe he was going to make it to 18.
Nope, I didn't
So am I like just hearing people like constantly say just, they were, planning on him being down there.
Yeah,
and I was just like,
unrealistic.
That's exactly it. Yep. So I was just like, but maybe the truth could have been there that he could have been there at 12.
Well, so I would say in hindsight, it's easy to say this, but you and I even said it in the pod last week that he would not fall past 10 in the Philadelphia Eagles. And what happens before the draft ends? The Eagles still want their running back, so they trade with Detroit, ironically, for DeAndre Swift. And there you go. That right there shows that Philly was taking Bijan at 10 if he got there.
Yes.
And it was 2 picks away.
Yep. So and they definitely won on that as a plan for next year.
Yeah. So that's just kind of where I was with that.
Let's see here. Was it Packers? They get Lucas Van Ness.
God, I wanted them to take a receiver to spite Rodgers, just to spite him, But yeah, Van Ness.
But they did.
A great linebacker.
Go green.
Go white. Oh yeah, later.
Yep. What, 4th round?
Yeah. Still counts.
Yeah, we'll take it. Let's see. Your Steelers, they're getting Broderick Jones. Jets, the Jets, they get Will McDonald IV. Commanders, Emmanuel Forbes. New England, Christian Gonzalez. Great pick by them. Mm-hmm. And they also drafted a Spartan.
Mm-hmm. Behringer?
Yeah, Behringer. I was really happy to see that,
I know, it was funny because you're like, they took Behringer. I'm like, I'll be happy to see their punter on the field. That would be great, actually. Go, Behringer!
Yeah, it was just, I love the fact that, the hype that they were giving him as a punter. And
Dude, he was good. Yeah. He was one of the nation's best last year.
He was the nation's
best. It's unfortunate that he got the numbers that he did because he was out there so fucking much for us.
But that's neither here nor there.
We're talking about the NBA, damn it, not college.
Yeah, right. Let's see here. The Detroit Lions, we get our 18th pick. Jack Campbell, a linebacker out of Iowa. Another position that I said I knew that we needed. Most people knew that we needed linebacker help back there. And he's a big kid, and he looks aggressive as fuck. Mm-hmm. I definitely feel that was a pick that was like fitting the mold of the team. He's a Midwestern kid that
a guy that's going to stand in the middle of the field and be an aggressor between the tackles.
So
he's the guy that you say you're not going to run the ball on us.
Yeah.
That's what he's there to do.
And he's good enough and big enough and athletic enough to be all three downs.
Yep.
You know, so that's what's pretty cool about that draft pick. A
little higher than I thought once again. I don't think this is as big of a reach.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like there were a handful of linebackers, dude, that are just like, you take them, you're good.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you see a guy like Trent Simpson fall all the way down, who's rated pretty damn close to Jack Campbell. So, like, linebackers were weird this year, dude. They were, you know, and to be fair, like, I know I made the comment about the Gibbs reach thing and all of that. There were, dude, teams with capital this year were reaching left and right. Yeah. It wasn't like there was a few teams that just fucked shit up with reaching. There were a lot of teams going for people were like, I was like, what? Like, I saw this guy going in like 6th round mocks, and you just took him in the 3rd. So, you know, this draft was funky, dude, with all the trades and stuff like that. Like, it was hard to keep up, to be honest with you. So, yeah, there were 43 trades in this year's draft. I'm pretty sure that was a record.
And the Lions were part of, like,
43 trades.
Lions were part of what, 3? You know, like
yeah, sounds about right.
So let's see here. Then you had Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking Kalisha Cansey. Seahawks are back on the clock. They take a great pick. Jackson Smith Nigba. Njigba. I knew. Yeah, he's all beast. Weekend long when I'm sitting there thinking about how I have to say this guy's name this week, I was like, I'm
Jackson
gonna fuck
Smith
it up.
and Njigba. Dude, him, DK, and Lockett.
Yeah, that's
granted. Lockett's 30 years old, so
but Lockett still has hands.
No, I know this, but this is Lockett's replacement here in the next 2 years.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like, and you know, so but yeah, if you can keep DK there and Smith and Njigba, those are going to be 2 great receivers. Holy cow!
That's they
and you got K9, and they went out. Didn't they go out and get Charlem? What the UCLA running back?
Yeah.
Do you see that?
No, not. I just have the first round up here.
Okay. Quick. I just want to double check this because Seattle, man, I have them on my winning list. I'll cover them later. All
right, there we go. Let's see here. I'm just trying to breeze through the final few here. Chargers, Quentin Johnson. Baltimore Ravens, Zay Flowers.
Quentin Johnson, nice. It's a good pick.
You know, they're actually trying to get some weapons over there in Baltimore for Jamar.
Yep, they needed speed. Lamar.
Yeah.
Jesus, it's one of those days.
You see, I'm catching them as soon as I'm saying them, and I'm just like, fuck. Let's see here. Vikings, Jordan Adenson.
Good. He's a great receiver, dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, USC, they played ball this past year, and
I forgot that was his only year at USC. Was last year. Yeah, he had transferred. I can't remember where he was before there.
A lot of big stars tend to do that.
Yeah.
K9 came in 1 year and went right out.
Heisman.
Yeah.
Should have.
Rookie of the year.
Robbed
of the Rookie of the Year. Offensive rookie, excuse me. Giants, Deontay Banks. Buffalo Bills, Dalton Kincaid. Dallas, Mozzie Smith. Jacksonville, Anton Harrison. Cincinnati Bengals, Miles Murphy.
It's a good pick.
It was not a bad pick at all.
Miles Murphy's nice.
You know, Rosado's New Orleans Saints, Drew Brees. I'm joking. Brian Breezy. And then your Eagles, Nolan Smith.
Stud.
Just, hey, Georgia, you just want to come up to Philly real quick?
They literally just keep taking the 2 best Georgia defensive
Did you see
players.
you see when he made the call? He goes, I hate taking all these Bulldogs. I'm a Gator.
I'm a Gator.
Let's see here. Chiefs, Felix and Duque Uzma. And then final pick.
No, that was
the final pick. Yep. I'm sorry. Saw 32. Thought there should have been 32 teams. All right, so
thanks, Stephen Ross. Fucking bum.
Let's take a break, regroup here, and I think we're gonna kind of go over grades of how everybody did.
Couple winners and losers.
Yeah, I like it. All right, take us away, Clay.
All right, so you're gonna get my Goodwill version of winners and losers here in the draft without being an absolute draft expert. So some of the teams that actually, I don't know, did you say you had the this list up? I don't think you did. So
I got the NBA.
This is the PFF.
NBA.
This is just gives you I use this as my source for each team's all of their picks.
Oh, right.
So you can just see like the list of all the players they took.
Oh, that's what the NFL did too.
One of the winners that I have on here, just because here's their roster. As I got the Seahawks as one of these winners, dude. As I kind of went through and recapped, I waited till the draft was done, and I kind of just went through to just see all the team's players just listed right there. Devin Witherspoon, they took in the first. Jackson Smith and Jigma later in the first. Then they took Derek Hall from Auburn, which was an edge rusher, in the second. Their second round pick was Zach Charbonnet from UCLA, running back. Then they went back in with trench guys, guard, defensive tackle, edge, corner, center, safety, running back. Dude, their first 4 picks are all guys that I had high. Yes, they are 2 firsts and 2 seconds. So, it's easy to say, well, of course they're going to be good, Clay. But I feel like they got guys that they absolutely needed. Maybe with the exception of Charbonnet right off the bat, but, I was just impressed by these guys, dude. I mean, Smith and Jigba was my number 1 receiver. Devin Witherspoon was my number 1 corner. Derek Hall, that guy right there, he was a top 3, top 4 edge rusher, depending on how you rank your defensive players. And to have Charbonnet come in there and kind of be a 1-2 punch with K9, because Kenneth Walker is explosive. But what you can't do is you can't be that explosive and expect to do it 3 downs or 3 plays every single. You know what I mean?
I was happy that they went and got another running back.
Yeah, because they got rid of Rashad Penny.
Yeah,
he's gone. And to be honest, like everyone's got freaking health issues in Seattle at running back. I think they kept Travis Homer. Actually, Travis Homer may be gone too. So my point being is like they needed guys. I think DJ Dallas is one of the only ones I can think of, if he's still there, that's in Seattle. So I think they just did a great job there. One of the other winners I had was the frickin' Steelers, dude. I don't know if you kept up with the Steelers draft. They did a phenomenal job. I'm going the wrong way.
Steelers did have. I really like. Maybe I'm a story guy.
Yeah,
I like their second pick.
Yeah. Actually, I don't even see him on here.
Yeah, they don't have Porter on there.
Yeah. What the heck? What a weird list. They should have Joey Porter Jr.
He's kind of a big draft pick because he was their second.
I'd say so.
I have the NFL one up. If
do you? You have all the players? Yeah. Do you want to go to it real quick? That's crazy. We might have caught a typo.
All right, so Steelers, they went and tried to protect that quarterback they just drafted last year.
Broderick Jones, tackle from Georgia.
That's
a monster.
I'm not going to say that they're not one of my top 3, but I definitely think that they did, a very good job with getting, such a big body to help protect that young quarterback.
Yeah.
I really like Joey Porter. I even put in the chat, I thought second pick for the Lions in the first round. I thought we were going to take Joey Porter Jr.
Yeah, I like Joey Porter Jr. a lot. I think, kind of like Sparrow admits he's guilty of it. There are a lot of Big Ten guys that I do like, and I think it's because I see coverage on them so much.
Yeah, 100%.
Like media coverage, and so, but still seeing the way that Joey Porter Jr. plays, I mean, I had him in my top 3.
Fair.
So, and to see him go, and once again, like you said, kind of a story, he went to Pittsburgh where his dad played and now coaches.
He grew up in the organization.
Like, that's so cool. That's just so cool. And it wasn't a pity pick. He earned.
No, he's good.
He earned the job.
He's good.
He earned his draft spot.
Witherspoon was 1. I feel like Porter was number 2 in this year's cornerback draft class. So
they beef up at defensive tackle, big boy from Wisconsin in the second round, and then somehow in the third, because of a knee injury, or supposed knee injury, which I got to research because I never looked that up. Darnell Washington falls all the way down into the 3rd round.
Yeah, that was
who I wanted twice and didn't draft him. God damn it. And so when they ended up taking him, I was like, damn, dude, like, they're taking some dogs. And then I don't know if you remember this guy down in the 7th round, Corey Trice Jr. He's a cornerback from Purdue.
Yeah.
Dude's like 6'1" or 6'2". He's got freaking orangutan arms, dude. They're so long. And when you want somebody on the outside playing man coverage, you're going to want someone with some length.
Yeah.
You're going to want that. Get your hand in position to try and make a play on the ball. For me, I had Trice high in my late rounds for my mocks. And so seeing one of the guys that I had done research on that I liked later on day 3 go also to the Steelers, who had guys that I liked, I was like, that's a win in my book. So,
no, I mean, they did a very good job. I'm not gonna. They're not one. Like I said, they're not one of my top 3. But that is definitely.
I got 5 teams. Up here. I got a third of the team in my winners and losers.
Okay,
and once again, I don't look at this and go, they absolutely destroyed everyone else.
Yeah,
these are just guys that I can speak to, that I'm educated on their players.
100%.
So, because I was looking at some of these other breakdowns, and there were teams that had A pluses, and I'm like, I don't see it. So, you know. I think it's also fair that you and I are not experts of every team's roster.
Yeah, fair.
I have the Texans on here purely because of their trade up back to 3 for Will Anderson. That's it. That's right. It's my rankings, and that's why I put them there.
And that's the thing. I didn't know you had those guys on. They were 100% my winners of this weekend's draft.
Yep.
Going up there and taking who you and I believe is number 1 quarterback in this draft, and then taking the number 1 player overall, and getting them at 3. I wonder how you decide that, though. Like, which name you going to call first?
I put that in the chat. Did you see that?
No,
I was like,
dude, there was so much
so why take the quarterback and then trade up for the DN instead of the DN and then trade up for the? Maybe they had to solidify the QB.
Wait, who did they trade?
Huh?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
They moved back with Arizona.
Yeah.
And Arizona wasn't going to take a QB. So in my head, I was like, maybe take Will Anderson, someone they may be interested in.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. At first, I thought maybe money. Because the picks from 2 to 3, I'm sure differ as far as guaranteed. And so maybe there was a stipulation there. I don't know. That's the thing. I'm not even going to try and talk to it because I don't know.
If it is money, though, I guess that makes sense. Because if you're going to be signing both of them back at the same time, right? And you're working those contracts out, then at that point, the quarterback should be, you would think, be paid higher because of the fact that they're supposed to be the offensive leader and face of the franchise. Mm-hmm. Now, Will Anderson, not saying that he can't be, he's not going to be the face of the organization. It's better to have the face of your organization be the higher draft pick.
I would say them both coming in, though. I think it'd be fair to see them 50-50 split it. I mean, Deshaun and JJ split it in Houston.
Fair.
Holy shit, they're just doing the same thing over again, aren't they? Deshaun and JJ, how about Will Anderson and CJ?
So yeah, I mean, golly, I definitely they're 100%. And like what on the NFL here, they gave him a B+. I don't agree with that.
Well, see, that's what I said. There were grades that's why I said I picked teams that I thought I could speak to.
Yeah.
So, another team that I did have as a win, once again, a lot of people may look at this and go, I don't see the win there. I thought the Titans had a great draft. Peter Skoronski, tackle, they took at 11 overall in the first. I love them trading up to take Will Levis with second pick in the second round.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for the kid, getting all the memes and jokes played on him for being at the draft. I will say he probably came in a little cocky. He even said, I'm not showing up unless I get drafted in the first round. So you got humbled there.
Well, and he also, I think a lot of things that turned teams off of him was, all the selfies in the mirror and all that stuff. I mean,
for sure.
Public perception of you, and you're looking at. Now, I'm not saying that the role and the outside person of football can't change from what we're used to and accustomed to. I hope that he sticks to who he is.
Sure.
And still does those fucking look at the gun show and all that shit and kill it down there. But I think that's the reason why he fell.
Yeah, you win football games, everyone will forget about your mirror selfies.
Yeah.
So, but Tannehill right now is still their guy. So Levis will, have some studying to do, because I do think probably in the next, whenever Tannehill's contract's up, like they probably expect
Isn't he
Levis.
kind of old?
Tannehill? Yeah, we drafted him in mid 2010s.
Yeah, so I mean...
Oh, no, yeah. Tannehill, by all means, first of all...
Tannehill understands this draft pick.
Regardless of how old Tannehill is, Tannehill can't get him over the hump.
Yeah.
So it's just like...
But you're going into a season, like, they're going into a season, and he's not like, you're pushing me out.
Well,
it's no.
Dude, they drafted Malik Willis last year.
That's 100%.
And now they're drafted...
I don't get why they didn't like Malik like that. I don't remember.
They already the one thing that I think, which without doing my Titans research, he probably just wasn't showing a lot of strides in practice, dude. The guys that watch him throw the ball every single day who are trying to correct his mistakes, and they're like, "Why can't you get these corrected? We're teaching you 5 days a week, 4 days a week. Get it fixed." And he was a part of that 7-game losing streak, and they were the reason that they lost the division and the reason they missed the playoffs, and that was all on Malik Willis' shoulders. I'm sorry you're a rookie. I get it. It's unfair, but this is a job.
No, I'm not arguing either way. I'm questioning because I'm
not arguing with you. I'm saying in the sense
I feel attacked over here.
I'm saying in the sense if I were the Tennessee Titans and I'm talking to Malik Willis, this is a job.
Well, that part I mean,
we're not going to feel sorry for you.
I was going to say, I'm not putting, when it comes, if I'm the organization, I'm not going to care so much about you, because we gave you the opportunity to go out there and show out, and you didn't do it.
Correct.
You did it damn near half a season.
Yep. Plus, we don't know what he's like in practice. Maybe he's a whiner. Maybe he's a complainer. Yeah. There's other things like that could be in play.
So, but, Will Levis, great pick.
But, trading up to get Levis. Tajay Spears, big fan that they brought in another running back. Derrick Henry now hurt, getting older.
Yep.
Bring somebody else and they can help complement. Then they bring in a nice tight end, another O tackle, and a receiver. So I had them in there, and then I also had the Eagles as a winner. I don't think I need to speak to that.
We already spoke to them. Here's what I will say about the Eagles, because they were definitely one of my winners of draft weekend. They replaced and stocked up better than what they had before. And I think that a big thing that really puts them over the hump for me is them getting DeAndre Swift over this weekend.
It's a big acquisition for them, dude, because DeAndre Swift is still going to be a good running back. In
my opinion, still is a really good running back. I just, I didn't want to have to pay him the money that he's going to ask for, because of the fact that his track history with our team isn't on the field. So definitely 100% happy with the way the Eagles ran this draft. That was, I think that really put them over the hump as probably the absolute biggest winners of this draft weekend.
Yeah, dude. They had they're dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, like
they may be my NFC favorites after that.
Besides the fact, besides being a Lions fan, they're good.
They're good.
You know what I'm saying? So, before you go to your losers, I just, I'll let you go ahead and go to your losers, and I'll tell you why one of your losers is incorrect.
Sure. So I will just say my losers: Commanders, Cowboys, Dolphins, 49ers, Chiefs.
Oh wait, you said you almost put us in there.
Yeah, no, I knew if I did, it would be too big of a talking point of you defending.
No, I wouldn't be defending. I'd be questioning and asking and trying to figure out why. But
all right, so I'll say why to the Lions, and then I'll kind of just go into these. So, other than one pick in that chat, so first of all, you were the first one to accept the Gibbs pick. Everyone else was pissed. Then they had to go back, do research, and justify the pick to themselves, and then vocalized it in the chat where they received immediate affirmation from everyone else. Then it happened again. Then it happened again. Then it happened again. And I kept on seeing a consistent version of you guys not getting who you wanted, but then telling yourselves why that pick is going to be the next great.
Every one of our picks The only thing I was like, all right, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like I was 100% bought in.
You're bought in and trusting the process. Everyone else was trusting their rankings and their feelings.
Yeah.
And then saying, "Oh, but this is why."
When you were talking, you were wrapping me up in that conversation.
That's why I gave you you were the first one to say for the Gibbs, and then you didn't let me finish. You defended yourself first. You were the only Lions fan that was like, okay, there's a reason. Well, all on board. There wasn't one guy where from what I read, there wasn't one guy where you were like, what the fuck are we doing? Yeah. I literally got that from everyone else. Now, no shame to them. Sparrow, Ben, Austin, they do their research. Yeah. I respect all of their opinions and their rankings. If Ben was still surefire, like, no, that Gibbs was a reach. I don't like it there. Good for him, dude. He should feel that way. That tells me that A, he cares about the organization enough to do his research, and B, he had an idea of what he thought would be best for the team. That doesn't mean he's right or wrong. You were surefire on Gibbs because you're trusting the process. That doesn't mean you're right or wrong either. No one will be right or wrong until after the 2023 season. Then we're going to go back to the drawing board and figure out, was he worth it?
Yeah.
I already told you I think Gibbs is a great running back. The only reason I questioned it was the whole Bijan scenario. Take Bijan out of it, and I'm like, boy, I didn't see him going there, but he's going to be great for you guys. Well, the conversation's different.
The reason why I was able to quickly just be like, all right, cool, about like every pick was because I already said I wanted a running. I wanted Bijan.
Yeah, but you wanted a running back, and you wanted a quarterback, which you got,
which I did get.
Great one late.
Yes.
Because of injury.
Well, and I tell you what, like
Hendon Hooker.
Hendon Hooker. Grabbing him there was beautiful because the fact that the reason I know last week even, or I think it was last week or maybe the week before, when I was just like, I'm not too sure about Hendon Hooker just because of the fact that he's only 3 years younger than Goff, I'm looking for a little bit younger.
He was older, yep.
And then I was just like, when they drafted him at that late, I was like, beautiful. You know what? Goff knows that they needed another quarterback in that quarterback room, and it's not us pushing him out the door.
And there's no pressure for Hooker to do anything. He's a late round QB. His job is to come in, learn, and hopefully be the future.
So
I know that seems dumb. You get drafted in the 4th or 5th compared to the 1st or 2nd. Good news is your expectations are different.
Top 5 quarterback in this draft. And
CJ, Bryce, you're expected to come in and win this year.
Yeah.
Hendon Hooker isn't even expected to play for 2 or 3 years.
Yep.
That's your benefit.
So
yeah, and I thought that was a great pick for you guys because I have been preaching QB for Detroit for 2 or 3 years. You're the only one who's like, I agree, let's get a quarterback for the future at the right spot, though. You were always at the right spot. I'm not going to reach because there's other positions we need. And now you come into a draft where you could have reached if someone dropped, but you didn't have to. You let it come to you and you found what you needed. The reason I didn't put you in the losers is because overall, you are correct. You guys got what what MCDC and Brad Holmes thought they needed. Yeah. And when you don't miss the year prior, you get slack the next year. You reached for Gibbs. I still think that's a reach. It is what it is. If he hits, then it's like, now Brad Holmes has completely sold me on the fact that he's a genius. He had a great draft last year, other than Jameson Williams not being able to play yet and then getting suspended. But that's outside of what
we drafted JMO knowing the last year, and then this year was
correct, and that's why I said that's out of your control though. Yeah. But we are still hopeful that you have talent because, to be honest, he's unproven. He burned one corner on a fly route, caught a touchdown. That don't mean shit in my opinion. Yeah, any fast guy can run straight.
We didn't give him enough.
He hasn't had opportunity, but and also the only other thing that concerns me were the reports coming out saying he never took the time to officially learn your playbook. That makes me a little nervous. Yeah. I'm like, yo, homie, get your books down. Yep. This ain't no game.
This is the most important thing. You're at I can't think of a single receiver great receiver that didn't know the playbook inside and out.
Yeah. So
even the troublemaker guys.
So I'm just going to hope, because he knew the coaches were probably like, you're not playing.
Yeah.
That he probably took it lightly, which can be corrected. That can be corrected. I
still don't like it.
I don't like it either, but it can be corrected. But anyways, dude, that's where I was with the Lions. So it wasn't a loss. The only reason I was going to put losers is because you guys reached a ton. That was it. But is it a reach if it's the right guy? And since I'm the guy who says, if your guy is there, go get him.
Yeah.
I can't contradict my own opinion on that and say that you guys failed your draft because you reached when you might have reached for the perfect guys. Mm-hmm. So I can't make an assumption on it. I can only go off of what I see. So once again, I only said that mainly because the Bijan one hurts a lot, dude. That one to me, I'm just like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. But I had Bijan on a pedestal.
And that's fair.
I had him on a pedestal.
But like I looked at something as well, and I was like, all right, so here's the difference between Bijan and Gibbs. Bijan had 300 fucking touches, and Gibbs only had
120 or something like that. 150, yeah.
And and he was only 600 yards behind what Bijan ran the entire year. So I was just like, all right, so had he gotten as many touches, theoretically, had he got as many touches,
I understand,
he would have surpassed Bijan.
Yeah.
Because Bijan was it, and he ran by committee. So, I'm just like, well, maybe technically, ipso facto, we did get the better of the two running backs.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's so hard to compare those two.
It is. I'm like, but this is the stuff I'm looking at, trying to understand why we wouldn't just get Bijan, and why we were just cool with Gibbs.
It's also style, dude. Like, you know what I mean? If you're confident with the other guys that you have,
and we got the bruiser already, we got David Montgomery,
and that's what I was just going to say is you have David Montgomery, so you got your tackles guy. Jameer Gibbs is going to be out there catching balls in the flats, and he's going to be your flashy
and just
speed guy.
Yeah.
So by all means, I get. That's why I said Gibbs is going to be great for you guys. I just think he's a great player.
The reason why I was all gung ho for Bijan was because I was like, well, fuck it. I guess we're going because we're a blue collar team, this way, except for our receiver.
Yeah, well, and that's the nice thing about looking at this, because you can look at draft grade and then you can look at team fit.
Yeah,
completely different things that you're looking at there. Because draft grade, people look at that as a game in itself.
Yep,
it's purely just numbers. So that's why, I sent that chart to the group this morning just to spark conversation. I wasn't even looking for shade. I wasn't throwing shade or anything. I just wanted to know what people thought about it, because everyone seems so comfortable. But when you see a chart that says, hey, you were the third reachiest team this draft, it just puts things in perspective of, okay, how do we assess that? Which I got some really good answers back. I mean, some of it I was kind of like, but
I'm gonna be honest. A lot of times, even with my fellow fans, I'm like,
well, and that's we know. And so I was like,
That's when I kind of just I go Homer Simpson, just back into the bushes. I'm like, I'm out.
So,
but now I want to get to your losers real quick, because I mean we could, I'll keep you here all day with talking the Lions, the Dolphins.
Yeah,
that one. I mean, like, you threw your own team in there as a bunch of not. As losers, and I got about 6 minutes for you here before I gotta take a cut here for us. Give me why you have your Dolphins in it.
Well, the biggest one was the tampering, dude. Like,
okay,
and I did the same thing for winners with Houston. One move, you became a winner for me. One move made the Miami losers, and because Stephen Ross and his fucking little minion, I forget the guy's name, were breaking NFL rules, dude. They were tampering, talking to Sean Payton during the season, talking to Tom Brady during the season. You do these stupid, conniving, dishonest things, you get punished. And we lost a first round this year, and we lost a third round next year, dude. Like, and I don't think I think you guys having a Dolphins friend, it's in your mind, but you don't understand the severity of that move.
No, I mean,
think if you didn't have Jack Campbell, gone. Just why? Because your fucking owner was being a dumbass. What a shitty reason to lose someone that could potentially change your organization. Could you have imagined if we would have had a 21st pick? Like, if we were to go through, do you still have that list of drafted players real quick? Like, where you were reading them in order?
Yep.
Go right around the early 20s. Read off 10.
Seattle took Njigba.
Boom.
You were taking another.
We wouldn't have taken. I'm just saying in general.
It was a lot of receivers. Los Angeles Chargers, Quentin Johnson.
Well, I'm thinking, dude, we could have taken a OG tackle. Could have had a nice ass tackle up there.
I was gonna say because I went like 4 or 5 wide receivers.
We could have had our pickings of tight end.
You could have gotten Deontay Banks. Could have gotten him.
So we literally have to go through them all. I'm just saying this is my point.
Or you could have gotten Mazzie Smith.
This is my point. So that really frustrates me.
Yeah.
And just being a football guy, like from a selfish standpoint, like I want to watch my team draft in the first round.
Yeah. What did you do that night?
I watched the Lions draft. Don't get me wrong, I still enjoyed it. And to be honest, the Dolphins were in rumor of trading up.
Yeah.
I was like, who knows? I even watched all of Friday night, second and third round.
Yeah.
Because I was like, we could trade up at any moment. It was in the cards for us.
I missed.
But then go ahead.
I was gonna say Lions pick Friday night. I missed the last pick. I did some shit and then I was like,
that the Laporta pick or is it after Laporta when you guys took that Broderick Jones guy?
Broderick Jones,
right? Is that his name?
Yeah. The defensive tackle.
Yep.
I missed that pick because I was sitting there. I'm looking. I'm like, okay, I think we're done. So I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
And I was
don't ever sleep on Brad Holmes.
I know, right? I was just like, I got some shit to do, and then I'm gonna watch the Lakers. And
it's a fair move.
And then I
how are we doing on time? Sorry.
We got about 3 minutes. So, but I fell asleep real quick, and then we'll go.
All right, can I go back to my Dolphins then real quick? Okay, that's why I asked. So, anyways, the way we took our draft, we took Cam Smith in the second. Wasn't ready for that. I had offensive lineman, tight end, maybe a linebacker. I was sold. So when we took Cam Smith, a corner out of South Carolina, I was beside myself. I was like, what? My dad, of course, was upset. My dad's very win now. My dad's been watching the Dolphins suck balls enough. Yeah. He needs superstars. He's like, go out and get it. He literally said, tackle?
At least he saw a Super Bowl win in his fucking lifetime.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, imagine getting one and then, well... wishful thinking. I get it. Hey, but who are the people that are most impatient? People who have tasted victory before, right?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, and I don't blame him. I'm pretty sure he said a tackle or a tight end, and I was like, dude, I'm in the same boat. And we took a corner. Luckily, Cam Smith is a freaking baller. I'm hopeful because he's gonna. I think McDaniel and Greer already touched base. He's gonna be our nickel guy. That's our slot corner. So we brought him in to be a day one starter. And then we get to our second pick in the third round. I'm like, perfect. Darnell Washington is on the board. I go, this is good. I go, there's tons of guards and tackles I would be happy with. I go, we're in a great boat right here, dude. We're going to take someone that's on my board. And then we took,
Devin?
thank you. Devon A-Chain.
Oh, yeah.
Who was on my board, to be fair. I had him in my 6 guys. My dad wasn't happy because that means we're out of the Cook sweepstakes. I would love Delvin in Miami. And so we bring in Devon A-Chain. All I know is he's fast as shit, dude. He ran a 4.32.
Yep.
Super, super quick. He is going to fit our offensive play style. So I wasn't too upset with that one. And then we end up taking a wide receiver out of Stanford. I've already read the whole point of him is to convert him to a tight end. He's a 6'3" big boy who can block. Okay, let's convert him to tight end. Let's see how it goes. But to me, we're rolling dice. And then we get the tackle out of Michigan. What is, you have the names pulled up?
Haley? It's Ryan Hayes.
Yeah, Hayes. Thank you. I said Haley. Ryan Hayes. From what Sparrow told me, super athletic guy and can do multiple positions. He's going to be a swing tackle. So we're going to use him a lot out in the open field, getting downfield, second level type stuff. So I'm not mad with it.
You shouldn't be.
Just missed a lot of guys who I thought we could have gone with or positions we could have gone with. And yeah, I know we're segmenting, so fuck my Dolphins. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I'll give you, let's go a couple more minutes because I definitely felt like that wasn't enough time for you. And I really I got some questions for you as we go on. So.
Okay. I didn't know it till I saw it in a report. Like, this is how you properly pronounce it. I was like, oh. Trust me. You know how many times I looked at Tua Tagovailoa and I was like, Tua Tagovailoa, Tua Tagovailoa.
I still fuck it up.
I know you do.
I try.
You and everyone else don't be upset.
I want to say it right. Like it's Giannis Antetokounmpo. How long?
Antetokounmpo.
How long has he been fucking great? And I still fucking struggle with his name.
You said it right.
I know, but I you know how I had fucking counted out.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to get back to these Dolphins. So, one of the things that outsider looking in. The only reason why I even pay attention is because I have a friend that has that's a Dolphins fan. When I saw a running back, I was like, what did I tell you? I even texted you, trust the process.
Yeah.
You know, I was just like, to me, I was just like, you guys are in a pretty gosh darn good position, right? You have offensive weapons already.
Yep.
Your defense is one of the better ones in the league.
Our defense is healthy.
Yeah, so,
we're healthy.
Well, I think about, and I mean, and you just got Jalen Ramsey. I mean, like you got a lot of positions filled in, so it was more of a
depth.
Yeah, let's get guys that are going to come in and fill, needs. We didn't need right away impact players.
Agreed.
You have two of the biggest stars in the game on your team,
and we still bought and still drafted 2 impact players. Ironically,
yeah. Well, excuse me. You have, you got Jalen Waddle impact. You got Tyreek Hill, of course, impact. You have Jalen Ramsey, who's huge impact.
Yep.
I'm not taking anything away from your guy X, but I mean, like. He's on the.
He's older. Dude, trust me.
Nine.
We drafted him, and the first thing I said to my dad is, I was like, X is not getting any younger.
Yeah.
And now he's battling injury. At what is he? 30 years old, dude.
So I mean, like I look at you guys as not. The fact that you put them as the losers, I was a little surprised. But when you
said Stephen Ross,
when you said that part, I'm like, okay, that makes sense because I was just like,
no one else lost picks, dude.
Yeah, no, 100%.
That's the only reason
100%.
I put that. And I still think, even though Cam Smith is a dog, I still think there were other positions I wanted to address.
Yeah.
So, and it's also when you only have 4 picks, because we had the fewest picks of any team. Yeah. It makes every pick mean that much more meaningful. Because dude, some of these teams had 12 picks.
Well, if you look at, you took 3 offensive dudes.
Yeah.
And Mike McDaniel's offensive guy.
Yep.
He just wants to. Hey, the reason. San Francisco, you're gonna laugh at me. San Francisco highly outscored other teams, though. You know what I mean? Like because of how fast paced they were.
Yes, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, which I know that's the name of the game, outscore the other team. But I mean, they highly outscored other teams when he was there. And then you guys, I would say there weren't many close games when you were winning. When we had Tua. Yeah.
It's a big difference.
So yeah. I think that he's just getting guys in there that can move and actually do some things and still addressing the if we happen to be if we have quarterback issues like we did last year, where defense is going to be on the field a bit. Let's get some fresh cornerback legs in there because they're just going to outpass us because I can't keep you can't put all your faith in Xavier being there every weekend.
No, 100%. And the nice thing,
Jalen Ramsey's older, so
the nice thing that we have too is we have a lot of depth in our secondary now.
Yeah,
because people forget that we have Trill Williams that got hurt last year, Eric Rowe at safety that got hurt, which granted he's gone now, but Brandon Jones hurt safety last year.
Yeah,
dude, we were losing everyone, but who did we discover? Cater Kohu. Stud rookie corner is going to be, once again, there's our next depth guy.
Yep.
So if something happens, someone goes down, someone needs a breather for a drive, you got guys you can bring out there. Also, another thing that I would specifically say to a lot of Dolphins fans, dude, we don't know what Vic Fangio's plan is. I can't think of the word, but historically, I guess we'll go with, Vic Fangio runs a 3-4 defense. So typically. we're going to be moving like guys like Jalen Phillips. They're going to maybe not be on the line constantly. Usually you have your 2 outside linebackers coming up.
Yeah.
So you usually, you're going to be rotating. We're going to be shifting quite a bit and we're going to be changing our approach on defense constantly. And while you're making changes, compared to what we did last year, which is just zero coverage, cover 0, everyone crowd the line or everyone line up pretty much in the exact same spot. Fangio is going to be constantly moving guys around. So we're going to need depth. We're going to need guys we can throw out there in a quick second because we could go to dime out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And now we need 4 corners, 2 safeties, and just 1 line. So we're going to need that depth. That's just things that we're going to need. I'm still confident with Miami. It's not like this draft has now gotten me in a point where I'm like, God, dude, are we going to struggle? No, I'm not even worried. I'm not even worried.
I feel like you guys are in the same position as Lions were, as the way I look at Lions, right? I looked at before this draft, we didn't need to get some. You want those guys that are like, whoa, but I felt confident with the team that we had prior to this draft that we were going to be a team to be, a force.
Yep.
Right. So I was just like, let's just fill in pieces that are just going to make us better.
Yep.
That's the reason why I didn't really care about the non-flashy, sexy picks that, that were out there. It was like, okay, we got guys in there that are going to really do some things.
Yep.
So I look at your team that way too. I think at the end of the day, I wouldn't have them in the loser category until you bring in the fact that you got that. But pick wise, you guys did.
I'm not like I said. There are other positions. I'm beating a dead horse here.
Yeah.
Other positions I would have preferred, but I'm trusting the process, dude. Because I'll be honest, Greer and McDaniel haven't missed.
Yeah.
Since McDaniel came in last year, just like Brad Holmes and MCDC getting this.
They
trust the process.
McDaniel's found fucking Debo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So let's get into some NBA action, man. My Lakers. I don't have Lakers sweatpants. That would have been the only other way that I could have.
Talking about those Cavs sweatpants?
Nope, Lakers. And
who got eliminated? No more Cavs colors from you.
Oh.
Look at my notes. Playoff catch up.
Yep. You got it up? I thought you had it up right there.
It's right here.
Quit closing out things and worry about that.
Mo CD, man. Let me do me.
Yeah. How does it kind of panned out again?
Nuggets beat the T-Wolves 4-1 in the series. I think I had a sweep, and I think you said Cat would get one.
I did.
There you go. Suns get past the Clippers. Woo, parlay. Come on, baby. Come on.
I was happy because
beat them 4-1 too, dude. Yeah. So Kawhi,
irrelevant.
What's going on?
Irrelevant.
I think Kawhi's still a baller. I think the Clippers just suck.
I think that's not really a good organization at all, and it's definitely not letting.
It's only one room in LA for a basketball team.
You have the Russell Wilson syndrome down there.
Yeah,
he just did it first.
Mm-hmm. Kings and Warriors tied 3-3 going to a Game 7 tonight.
Let's go, Fox.
I'm hoping the Kings take it too, man. I told you, I'd rather play a hot Kings team than a fucking Warriors team any day.
But there's a reason why it's 3-3, because they were on the brink of getting eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes tonight even scary for the Kings is they had Golden State on the ropes, and they let them back in the fucking game. This is going to be a fucking good game today, and I can't wait to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
What time is it? It's 3:30?
Yep.
So
then you got the Lakers eliminating the Grizzlies 4-2 in the series.
Light work.
Thank you, Dylan Brooks. Thank you for running your mouth to the greatest scorer in NBA history.
I really wish, I told you when he first said that, and then LeBron came back and was, he kind of said whatever he said, whatever, and I was like, I wish he would have done The Rock, kind of thing. And then I go, no, I really wish is, I took that shit personally. Just went Mike on him, straight Mike on him.
I took that shit personally. That would have been funny too, bro.
Because
and he said drop 40 on him, and I took that personally.
Yeah. So I gave him 20 points and 20 buckets, 20 rebounds,
20.
Oh gosh! So my Los Angeles Lakers are now sitting here waiting to find out if we can play these Kings.
Yep.
And then yesterday, staying in the West real quick, we had Nuggets Suns.
Yeah. Them Nuggets are good.
They are.
This is the first time they've come because they've been a 1 seed before.
Yeah.
And lost. And this is a time where they're a 1 seed and they are looking and playing like a damn 1 seed.
I realized I didn't watch many Nugget games this year because
Jokic is a beast, dude.
But there's a team around him that is just really playing really, really well.
Yep.
It's fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see KD, but I don't think I necessarily want to see.
Yeah, I need the Bruins to beat the Panthers tomorrow to advance because they're on the brink of getting eliminated. And I need them to advance, and then I may have to cash out my parlay right away because I don't know if the Suns are going to take them Nuggets, dude.
Oh man, they got wally-whopped yesterday.
It's the KD curse, dude. KD's on the team; they're never going to make it to a finals. Warriors don't count because he joined a superstar team.
All right,
Suns were better without KD. Brooklyn was better before KD, Kyrie. All these teams were better before KD
Don't forget
gets
James
there.
Harden was there.
And Harden.
But Harden's like, fuck this organization.
Yeah, I
I'm
went to
out.
Philly. Look at him down there now. Oh, that's going to be the
Tough.
biggest matchup of the playoffs right now.
Probably, yeah.
So in the East, the Miami Heat take down the
both
Bucks.
wrong. Both wrong.
Buckets.
You know...
Do you see the shirt? You know how like the I am him?
Yeah.
And instead of Jimmy, it says Himmy with a little heat tail at the end on the Y.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah, they take them down and 4-3, Game 7. Giannis. A reporter asked Giannis, was this season a failure?
His answer was perfect.
And he came back and said, you come to work every single day, right? You want to put out the best news you can for promotion. You want to move up. You always have a goal in mind. And he's like, this season was not a failure.
Do you get a promotion every year?
Yeah.
The guy's like, no. He goes,
so was it a failure? Did you fail all year?
you fail at your job? You know, and he just, the guy just didn't know what to ask. Because he had asked him, that same reporter asked him this
last year.
past. So,
Yep. And so he basically says, this is another, what is it, a step to becoming great or step in the process. Yeah. So, but yeah, dude, Giannis is still a beast. He'll be back. Knicks get past the Cavaliers. Oh, what was the series record? I can't read it.
that was 4-5.
Thank you. Well, no, that's 4-1. 4-1.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
My bad. I should have never asked you such a difficult question, dude. That's on me. So the Knicks handling business. So the Knicks and Heat, tell you what, dude, those are some low-seeded teams that I'm kind of excited to watch.
Well,
play.
I had the Knicks on this one, if I'm not mistaken.
You did. I took Cavs just because.
And Bronson just balling. Definitely took control of that team away from Julius Randle.
Yep.
And I think we're gonna have a good, fun matchup here with these Heat and Knicks. So
76ers handle business against the Nets. Was that 4-0?
Yes.
I think. Yeah, it was a clear sweep. Them Sixers are nice. And then the
Joel Embiid's it's scary because dude,
he's
a little hurt right now.
Hey, greatest scorer this season. Right?
He's the leading scorer, yes.
Correct. He's the greatest scorer this season.
So,
and then the Celtics handled Trae Young and them bum-ass Hawks 4-2. I tell you what, though, the Hawks did play like shit. They played bad, dude. Yeah. They weren't playing good basketball, and Trae Young was not balling like he normally does, so I don't know what was going on in Atlanta. To be fair, Boston's that team. Well, especially with Milwaukee out, they are still my favorites in the East right now.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to watch the 76ers Celtics series.
With the Hawks, I mean, there's been like rumors circulating that they might be looking to trade Trae Young.
Yeah. Oh, I sent it to you.
Yeah. So I mean,
trade to the Lakers?
I'll be about it.
I know you would be.
Get
rid of Bron, he's old. Which actually would work out. Too bad Bronny wasn't coming in this year.
I know, right? So that with those rumors circulating, and don't know what the conversations are behind the scenes, and the relationship between Trae and the management.
Yeah,
that could have definitely played a factor in how he played. So, but yeah, the Celtics, who are, I would say, coming into this whole playoffs, were the favorites. They're going against the 76ers,
who are playing nice. This may be who goes to the finals in the East. No disrespect to Miami or New York.
Well, it only makes sense.
But these two teams,
this is 2 and 3.
We also said it about the Bucks, though.
Yeah.
We also said it about the Bucks. So.
I feel more confident in.
So let's make some predictions. We'll make a prediction: Kings Warriors.
Yeah.
And then against the Lakers, but Nuggets Suns. Nuggets are up 1-0, but who do you got? Who do you see going to the Western Conference Finals?
I'm reaching. I'm going Suns.
Going Suns.
I'm going Suns.
For the money, I'm going Suns too. Come on, parlay.
I am
Suns in 7.
I like. I'm
gonna respect Denver.
KD is still him, man. Like,
no, Jimmy Butler is. He's himmy.
Yeah, you're right. Kevin Durant's still Kevin Durant. Let me say that.
Super fair. I won't argue with that. That is a factual statement.
So I'm gonna go with Suns
and respect Joker.
I have to agree with that 7. I have to agree with it. Especially because they're down 1.
Yep. Kings over Warriors.
Kings over Warriors. And then we got the Lakers beating the Kings.
6.
Lakers, Kings, 6. 5.
Them Lakers take too many games off, dude. I don't know what happens. They just take games off. That game 6 or no, game 5.
Yeah.
Was
wait.
What was the one they just played? Not last night. The last one in.
That would have been 5.
It would have been 5 because they won it in 6.
We won it in 6.
Yep. So game 5 in Memphis.
Yeah.
That was the one I watched when I was up north.
I think
we couldn't shoot the ball, bro.
Well, and I think that the way that they were in Memphis that night,
yeah,
I think that really played a factor for the reason why they won. So
okay, let me ask one more Lakers question while we're on this topic real quick. Did you see the video I sent you of all the fans heckling all over Chris?
Yeah. I thought it was funny, but then I'm like, I don't like it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I said too.
You know,
because I thought the whole thing was funny, and I was waiting for the Dylan Brooks one, and then Ja came out, and I was like, oh,
no, actually,
I like Ja. Damn,
I loved what Ja did.
Yeah, I just kind of played with him.
Yeah,
fuck it.
He's just like, hey, we lost. Fuck it, you know, like I'm still rich.
And it made me like him more.
Yeah,
and what made me like him more is that he played along. He showed humility. But then didn't clap back with a smart ass comment like, "Yeah, where's your money at?"
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I was just like
Bosa did.
Yeah, it's correct. And I'll be honest, like Bosa's a G, but when he said that, I'm like, bro, you're so much better than that.
Yeah,
they know you got like
you're bigger than they are.
Yeah, you're richer than they are.
You play a professional sport for a living.
Yeah.
And you're richer than they are. You don't have nothing to prove to that person.
Yep. So, you kind of nailed it because I was even going to say that about Ja and how he just kind of like played into it. I was like, dude, fuck it.
Yeah.
It is what it is. This stuff. I'll be back next year.
I did not try to beat these guys.
Exactly. So, But I'm going to go. I'm going to go Lakers and 6 on Kings. What did you say? 5?
I said 5.
Okay.
I think that the Grizzlies are just that much better.
The Kings?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I think us taking 6, I just think that I think we can get them a 5.
If they got the Warriors to 7, I'm trying to give the Kings their respect.
Yeah.
They're a threat at home.
That's fair.
So, but
they're a threat on the road.
How nice will it be for LA to not have to travel too far?
Yeah, it would be great.
Sacramento to LA.
I think the Kings actually have like the best road winning percentage.
Oh, they may.
If I remember hearing that correctly, but
Heat Knicks.
Heat.
Can Jimmy keep going?
Spoelstra.
He got him all the way to a finals once.
Yeah. He won a championship.
Yeah. I don't know why you're yelling at me.
Without LeBron.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna go Heat in.
I'm going.
Oh.
You think Madison Square Garden's going to be jumping?
Yeah.
I was going to go Heat in 5.
No, New York, they're feeling New York.
All right, I'll go Knicks in 6 based upon your expert opinion in New York.
I almost want to say 7. I almost say this another 7. I think that 7.
Okay.
Knicks in 7, Heat in 7.
I'm going 6 there because I'm taking Celtics in 7 against Philly. And I really want to go Philly.
That one there might be. I want to go Philly all day on this. You know that.
Yep.
But I think I'm gonna say Boston.
Boston's been there, dude.
Boston in 6.
They're such a well-rounded team.
Yeah.
They got their bigs.
Boston in 6.
Their front court's nice. Their back court's nice. They can shoot. They can play low. They can play defense. They're explosive. Their transition game is great.
Because if they, I'm only saying,
and I'm not even a big Boston fan. I don't even like the Celtics.
I know, me neither.
I'm
going Boston in 6. I don't think 7.
I just want to see it.
I would love to see it. I just don't think that Embiid plays all 6 games.
A little tired. A little winded.
Injured. So that's where I'm sitting at it with
Anthony Davis 2.0.
No, because he at least gets back up.
Oh.
He finishes the game.
It's true.
So, all right. Well, that's where we sit. I can't wait. I love this time of year for basketball.
Yeah.
You got anything else?
You know, I'm contemplating very quickly at least just saying where we're at in the NHL playoffs. If this bracket pulls up nicely, which it did. Dallas, okay, so we got Colorado, Seattle, Kraken tied at 3-3, which is actually pretty crazy considering Colorado's a 1 seed. Dallas moves on past the Wild. They won 4-2 in their series. Knights move on over the Winnipeg Jets, 4-1 in the series. Oilers move past the Kings, 4-2 in the series. So I didn't have Dallas. I had Wild, but I had the Knights. I had the Oilers. Bruins! Fucking Bruins! Win your goddamn Game 7 tomorrow. Tied 3-3 with the Panthers. Maple Leafs advance past the Lightning 4-2, which I had correct. Hurricanes move past the Islanders 4-2, which I had correct. Then we got Devils and Rangers tied 3-3. I got the Rangers on this one, so we'll see if they can move past them.
Hey.
And that was your...
Basketball's been on.
And that was Hockey in 1 minute with Clay Haggard.
There we go. I like it. That's almost like 10 quick seconds on Dan Patrick for soccer back in the day. All right, well, I got nothing. You know, I can't wait to have fun reading all the...
Forceful!
all the reports and all that fun stuff over the weekend's draft. And, you know, I guess now we just got to wait until August.
Yep.
Yuck.
Yep.
That's so far away.
It is.
All right. We're out. Peace.
Take care.